Southeast in general, there was a lot of conversations around the IPOB sit-at-home order at the time that prevented a lot of people from coming out to vote and register to even want to vote. And from some corners, we get reports that this also played a role with regards to voter turnout in the Anambra governorship election. Is that situation true, or is there another part to it that perhaps we're not aware of?
Okay, thank you once more again. First of all, let me commend you for using your platform to enlighten not only the residents of Rivers State and most especially Nigerians that are listening to you on how far Anambra has gone in terms of managing and maintaining safety in Anambra. Yes, during the last elections, there was a lot of comments by some of the criminal elements in the state claiming that they don't want elections. And in that regard, from our assessment, then we did a lot of operations, and that was what brought about the success we recorded in the last election. Because I must say it's a success, because when people say that election will not hold and later it happened, it's actually a very big one for the security agencies. Outside that, the force have since then been reassessing and assessing our security improvements and safety. It is in that regard that a lot of strategy was put in place, approved by the Inspector General of Police. Let me say this, that Inspector General of Police is very passionate about what is happening in the Southeast. And ever since then, he has been using both kinetic and non-kinetic approach. If you understand the mood of Southeast, especially Anambra, Enugu, and Imo State, you see that there is a very relative peace there. But I have to speak on Anambra. Anambra, a lot has been done. The current Commissioner of Police, since his assumption of office, has been pushing this narrative to police Anambra without guns. And it is in that regard that we embark on a lot of advocacy visits, stakeholders engagement, to make sure we sensitize and let our people know that most of these things they are doing cannot be achieved through that. And a lot of them buy into it. And this is part of the strategy that we are enjoying the safety and peace that we are currently experiencing in Anambra. Few weeks to the election, we aggressively started this our engagement again. We have to start telling in the Anambra the need for them to exercise their civic responsibility. And the Commissioner of Police visited almost all the communities in Anambra, trying to talk to them. And outside that, the Inspector General of Police, knowing what we have done, graciously also assisted us in sending personnel to the command. And this personnel came from from different states, even from River State. Some of them came from River State to assist us in making sure that what we have done in terms of promoting peace and advocacy, security advocacy, they help us in using feasibility to maintain that safety.
All right.
So it is part of the success we recorded. But we can't mark our own script. So that's why we are allowing members of the public to assess us, to see what we have done, and also to improve on what we didn't do better.
All right. So the turnout for this election, voter turnout was recorded at about 10.3%, and it's said to be about the lowest in the history of the state in recent times. Some have said it has a lot to do with the heavy security present. Others have said violence that escalated even building up to the elections. We know that there were certain attacks on police officers and police formations and so on and so forth at different times building up to the election. And for some, those things led to why the turnout was low. While you'd respond to those attacks that perhaps that might have happened prior to the election, we would also like to know if the police carried out arrests with regards to election malpractices, where voters involved, political party agents involved in electoral malpractice, and were any of them arrested by the police?
Okay, thank you for that. But let me correct an impression here. If you have been following the trend of what is happening in Anambra, you understand that in of late, there has not been any attack on any police station or attack on our personnel. Build up to the election, there is a lot of campaigns that the candidates went on, and I can't remember recording any election-related violence outside the criminal elements trying to test the will of the security agencies, maybe shooting periodically in order to enforce an illegal sit-at-home. But our men were on ground.
So there was shooting sporadically to enforce the sit-at-home.
Yes. So
okay.
And it only happened.
And were there arrests made? Were these individuals apprehended?
Yes. We were able to arrest 3 persons in that regard. And one of the most notorious is the one who arrested in Ihiala, the 58-year-old man that is assisting these criminal elements to enforce it at home. They pay him some certain amount of money so that people can do their ceremonial activities there. Otherwise, the ceremonial activities will not hold. So we did a lot of intelligence gathering, and there is no election-related attack per se, or any attack targeted on any political aspirant, because what we did most especially is to, just like I told you, the candidates were educated, and we are enlightened on the need for them to work with the security agencies. And this brought about the peace that and success we recorded. And that is just one in a very long time that it happened in the state. So currently now, we are even rebuilding some police stations that have been closed down as a result of this attack, are now coming up again. Like Amici police station, they just reopened it. RRS Okuzu, the Rapid Response Unit, our formation there, it was also renovated. And these are security stakeholders in the state are now seeing the need, because before it was not like that. A lot of them assisting us in making sure that our security offices, formations, and divisional police officers, divisional police stations stand firm. So we are not going back, we are moving forward.
All right, you highlighted the Ihiala situation. It was a question I was going to come to, because we got reports of shootings and disturbances in that particular area. However, the individuals that were arrested, how far have they gotten their day in court? What's the situation with those that have been arrested?
Okay, for now, because of the nature of the crime they are involved, we need to get more information from them so that we can be able to bust other criminal gangs. And I know that some information that we have gotten on these suspects we have in custody are currently assisting us in arresting some of them and also busting their criminal gangs. But I know that soon we'll take them to court, because it is an ongoing operation.
There were also huge complaints of vote buying, which led to the earlier question I asked you, which I don't think you've given us an answer to, on whether the police were able to make other arrests from voters or election party agents, because we saw videos online and pictures of people who were being given monies and were given snacks, and there were police officers around these polling units where these things were happening for people to vote. So is the police aware of this level of vote buying that happened during the election in parts of Anambra State, and were arrests made with regards to that?
Okay, let me say this, that that's why we engage some of media houses in helping us to sensitize people on the need not to sell their vote. Vote buying is more like a double-edged sword, and at times it doesn't even happen in the polling unit. It happens even before the election day. So, but for this election purpose, I know just like I told you that we had a lot of sensitization.
Are you saying the police did not witness or see anyone at any of the polling units buying votes, giving monies to people to get them to come and vote?
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
I'm just creating a base for me to establish what I want to say.
All right, go on then.
So that's why we need the assistance of media houses like the radio station, just like the way me and you are talking, to preach against, to let people know the dangers of this vote buying or selling their vote. Because if there is no seller, nobody will buy. Just like if there is no buyer, nobody will sell. So these are that's why I made mention of that is a double-edged sword. It's left for me and you to keep talking to people that the need for them to discourage them from selling their vote, because actually their vote is their right and their voice for the next 4 years. Having said that, yes, we made some arrests. I know that we arrested one person in Osumei. We also arrested 2 other persons in Oka and Oimi local government, respectively. And we didn't do this alone because of how the step up of the Nigerian society. The security agencies are now together, and they are stepping up their deployment. Unlike before, what we witnessed before, well, EFCC don't normally have a deployment in a election. But currently, the Nigerian government now deems it that there is need for financial institutions to be coming for this election to assist the security agencies, not only the police, but other security agencies to curtail most of these crimes, so that it can be channeled and when suspects are arrested, they can be able to prosecute them very well. So having said that, the suspects that were arrested, we did it in connection, both with the military, because they assisted in conveying some of these suspects from where they were arrested to the police headquarters. We have 3 suspects.
Were these suspects buyers or sellers?
They were the one in Osumei is a seller. The one in Oyi is a buyer, and the one in Oka here is also a buyer also.
So from your preliminary findings, the one who is a seller is from which of the political parties or which of the candidates were they selling for?
That I don't know, because it is an ongoing investigation. I've not gotten the facts of the case, but I know that we have 3 suspects in custody. Let me just say this. It's not really about a political party here. It is about the intention and the credibility of what that person is doing.
Of course. That's facts.
It's wrong, even if it comes from party A or from party B. So, having said that, I know that when the facts are clear, I can be able to say which one belongs to party A and party B.
Okay. You're very correct with what you said. However, for people to have clear direction and understanding of what the situation is, it is very important that they get the facts right and we know who these individuals are, because there are reports of vote buying from political parties across the state, whether it's ABGA, allegations of ABGA involving in it, there's allegations of the APC involving in it, there's all of these allegations are flying everywhere. So if some people were apprehended, one thing it can help a lot of people do is get conclusion on which and who were directly involved and how far they would expect this investigation and arrests to go, because of course we'd expect that it will go beyond just the buyer that was held at the polling unit. We would need to know who he got the money from, who is behind sponsoring that particular act? And I'm sure as a police, you would be doing your job to ensure that all of this is unraveled.
Stay with us.
I'm saying that as a in the meantime, we'll go on a very short commercial and then we'll reestablish contact with you so we can respond to a few questions from the listener. In the meantime, 080903064416 is the WhatsApp number. You can send in your questions. I've been speaking with SP Ikenga Tochukwu, the Anambra State Police PRO. After the break, the conversation continues. Good morning. continues, and if you had followed from the first half, I'd been speaking with SP Ikenga. Tochukwu is the Anambra State Police PRO. We had him on the first half of the conversation. We're trying to reestablish contact with him now, but I think it has something to do with the service providers. It's quite difficult to get through to him, although we'll continue to try. But while we do that, we need to hear from you. It's a very simple question that we're asking for those of us who are already on social media. If you follow us on Facebook, which I think you should be doing, if you haven't done that by now, it's very simple. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That is the handle. So all you do is get on your Facebook app, you go to the search bar on your Facebook app, type in Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, like the page, and then you scroll down, you'd see the live stream and every other content that we put up there for you to relate with. And it's simple. So far you have seen the Anambra election, which happened to be the first one that the new chairman of INEC would be presiding over or conducting, I think the better word. And for many, they say how he performs with this one will determine what they would see in 2027. So after looking at how the Anambra State election was conducted, can you say you are satisfied and hopeful that the 2027 election, there's some sign of positivity? That's what we'd like to find out from you. All right, 0817-923-0002. You can also call 0817-923-0003 or 0817-923-0007. So any of those numbers can get you through to us. Again, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, or 0817-923-0007. There were a few things that were highlighted as problems with the electoral process in Anambra State. The Beavers machine was a very big problem. INEC had deployed the new bimodal voter accreditation system, which was supposed to help check against impersonation and also ineligible voting by verifying the PVCs as against the old biometrics. Now, the attempt to prevent these forms of fraud also were expected to come with some level of risk, and some people felt that was where we had some major problems with the election. The machines not working effectively. And when we spoke to our correspondent on election day, you remember he had told us that this was something that INEC knew during the mock exercise. So the surprise they had was to go on election day and see that the same problem was there, which now led to the question of, did they even try to correct it after they saw it happened during the mock process? Let's go to Nkoro and start with Ida. Good morning, Ida.
Andrew, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ida. Go on.
I want to commend the police and the people of Anambra State. I'm not in INEC, because the people of Anambra State love their governor for what their governor did for their right to come out and vote. I'm not commending the INEC chairman first until we finish the State election. But that's when I will commend the INEC chairman. For now, he didn't do anything. I also commend the deputy governor. I held that army man, Samson. I want to commend the deputy governor. At least he did very, very well. But asking the army man question, that man cannot be able to speak about him and police people and the returning officer. I want to commend the deputy governor. He did very, very well. So when I want to commend the INEC chairman, it's after the State election, come 2027. That's when I will commend the INEC chairman. Thank you very much. God bless us.
Emeka Inelele, good morning.
Yes, Ifiemi, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Emeka.
What is the problem of that Beavers? Is INEC telling us that they are not competent? to fix that beaver in order. Every time since 2015 election, that beaver came in use. When Jonathan went to his country was to vote, the king refused to capture him. The same beaver giving us problems since 2015. Is it a strategy to rig election from INEC? Even the 2027 election that is coming, the beaver will also give problem. So tell me, what is the problem of that beaver? Does it mean that they come as a fight?
I wouldn't know, but with anything that is technological and requires the network service and all of that.
For how long? For roughly 10 years and 11 months. We are in the same condition.
So, Meka, what can I say?
They blame the fraud for bringing that people to the council totally. Because I am not seeing anything in that people because the people is not enshrined in electoral act and that constitution. You know that you cannot use people to go to court. You cannot use people to go to court. That he wants, that the people are captured and they want. You cannot use it to go to court. Anytime you cannot use it to go to court, it's illegal. It's not meant to be used. Thank you and God bless.
All right, thank you, Meka. Magnus from R3, good morning.
I celebrate with this morning, Andrew.
Yeah.
Yes, very quickly, I congratulate the people of Anambra State and the governor. But I think INEC need to do more. If you watch that videos that circulated days ago, you will see that INEC need a lot of work to do to make sure come 2027 we have a credible election. They have very good work to do. And again, I want to inquire. I want to translate this message to the CP, to the PRO when it comes online. The issue of road blocking. Andrew, since that answers update dates, once it's 6 p.m., some section of the road will be blocked. So I wanted to ask him, if in Anambra, that same act is still carrying on. I want to ask him so we'll know how we handle it in Rivers State here. Thank you, Andrew.
All right, Magnus, thank you. Ken in Ubimini, good morning.
Good morning, Ifiemi Andrew.
Yes, good morning, Ken.
Ifiemi, I think for me, this is a probation period for the INEC boss. Because this is the time you need to know what we have in 2027 based on these beavers of 18. Mr. Ifiemi, imagine when you will be truncated, when you are trying to reach your beloved one or whomever you want to discuss with. Imagine how frustrating it is. Let alone a technology, a machine which we are using for an election to choose our leader. So if you ask me, this is what I see as a strategy to manipulate whatever rigging a pattern that they want to use in any Nigeria general election. Otherwise, I would have liked us to adopt the past pattern of our election in terms of one man, one vote, open ballot system, where there will be no network issue, where there will be no whatever issue, other than having a machinery that will keep the electorate simple and easy. I don't know if you get me. Yeah, so it's actually, I think, let the INEC chairman use this period as a probation period to make sure that we will have confidence in 2027. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ken. Judy Nomuma, good morning.
Good morning. For me, INEC, so far, so good. All they need to do is improve upon what they have done so far. The problem we have is the Nigerian factor. No matter the sector, Nigeria, we have serious problems. I continue wondering how somebody who sell his conscience, his or her conscience, for money. It's a big problem, and I don't know how we can solve it. somebody, let's say government that has not performed very well, and everybody is shouting hunger, 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 and they give you just 10,000, 5,000, you sell your conscience. You say, okay, I'm going to vote for you. Now change your mind. Nigeria factor is a big problem. There's no way we can even blame INEC or anyone for this Anambra election. They done the most they could. But how do we solve the Nigeria factor of buying and selling? Selling their conscience now. Let's not even the vote.
Maybe if the people who are selling stop to sell, then you don't come and disturb my conscience. If I have decided the one I want to vote, don't come and persuade me with your money. Stay there and that's one way to stop it. Because you have rightly said, people already make up their mind on who they want to vote. However, somebody will then come and say, come and take. So if you did not offer anybody anything, everybody will vote their mind.
In Nigerian law, it's called it bribery now. It's an offense. Both the one who is bribing and the one who is accepting. There's that law in Nigeria, bribing and accepting to be bribed. It has been there. But how do we improve? Is that advocacy? Now you people now, the journalists and the broadcasters, tell us how we can improve on it. Nigeria will have serious problems. How do we improve? How do we let them know that it's an offense? The law is there. You know, the law is there. You take this 10 naira, vote for me. When otherwise you wouldn't have voted for the person. You take the 10 naira and vote for the one you wouldn't have voted for. Nigeria, we are a bunch of problems ourselves. It'd be difficult to, unless you think otherwise, how we can solve it. I don't know.
All right, Jude. Thank you. Alex in Onelga, over to you now. Good morning.
Good morning, Ifiemi Andrew.
Good morning, Alex.
There is one of these sayings that says, a man whose his kinsman knows the type of sickness that worries him doesn't shame of sickness any longer. What do I mean? Beavers, call it anything, have failed Nigeria since its inception. Continual using of these beavers for our election means that we keep on wasting our money and our resources giving to those people that is manufacturing these things. When people have opted for option F4, elections have been conducted years back and on a credible note, though we can't say everything is right. But for this of beavers, this particular time around, it's not giving Nigeria what we needed from election. This is the throne of the new INEC chairman in Anambra. Still the same old story. Beavers not working, not giving us what we want. It's high time we take that one off. If not, I foresee it to mark the 2027 election because it cannot work. Maybe the weather affects the beavers, as you said, because of security, storage service providers or something like that. We have seen that we are not up to that particular beavers in our election. Let us check the one that will work well for us so that we have a very good election 2027 so that nothing will truncate our democracy. Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right. Thank you very much. In Port Harcourt, we have Chima on the line. Hello, Chima.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yeah, good morning.
Andrew, we must not take away the attitude of people. You see, I watched videos of, coming from that Anambra, and you understand that people were selling their vote, which of course I know that they are vulnerable. But being vulnerable or if you don't have what to eat should not make you not to think. Tomorrow you collect this money and you complain at the end of the day. I think the people here are the major concern for me. Them going by the laws that attach to the electoral act. People are clamoring that the National Assembly should look into how to amend some section of electoral act, particularly mandating INEC on that transmission of results from polling units. I think they also should look into it. I mean, this is democracy, for crying out loud. Nigerians are crying, oh, we are hungry. At the end of the day, when election results turn out, you are seeing a different thing that does not even reflect what people are going through. It's worrisome to me, Andrew. So I think Nigerians, we are the cause. How will somebody sell a vote? That money they were sharing when I saw on that clip is less than 20,000. You understand? But if you look at the whole thing, and Andrew, another thing, look, let's not forget, what politicians have unleashed on Nigeria, which of course, the hunger to make people vulnerable whenever a time of election comes, where people will be open for them to give money. So these two things, how many electoral ads and our attitude, honestly, Andrew. Thank you.
All right, Chima, thank you. Few messages here. This one says, the elections in Anambra cannot be described as free and fair. Failure and inconsistency of beavers raise serious doubts about the credibility of the process. When a system that is supposed to guarantee transparency and accuracy becomes unreliable, the legitimacy of the result should be questioned. Despite these irregularities, the election was hurriedly declared. This raises concerns about the integrity of INEC. If beavers, which was introduced to prevent manipulation, could disappoint at such a critical time, then what assurance do we have going forward? Critical question. Network problem is a result of political instructions. Don't blame the machine. Rather, blame the INEC chairman and staff. This is Chief Ambassador Makarios Amadu. This person says, Andrew, you can tell our leaders are still bent on using the same electoral system that the people clamored to see changed to avoid various electoral manipulations. If you ask me, our leaders are not still ready to conduct transparent elections come 2027. Ibims sent this one in. This one says, one of the things any governor in Rivers State would do to be re-elected: remove sands in the gutters, create new waterways. Okay. If he does all of this, if he listen to a lot of things, the electorate will vote him. Vote his wife, vote his sons, probably his cousins.
Nigeria Info. Right back.
All right, we have to wrap it up here and go for a quick commercial. Afterwards, the world news comes up at 9, and Jude is already standing by for Hello Port Harcourt. Don't forget, you can play one play with just 500 naira. Dial star 347 star 880 star 6 ash. Again, star 347 star 880 star 6 ash. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Good morning.